You have heard about spanning tree protocol and how it can save your network from loops. But how do you actually configure it? In this video, I'll walk you through step by step setting up STP on your Cisco switches, whether you are configuring your normal spanning tree, rapid spanning tree, or multiple spanning tree. I will walk you through it and I'll let you know how to configure it. So let's get started. So let's start with the basic configuration of spanning tree, the 802.1d spanning tree, the basic spanning tree. So let's open our topology. So these are the switches and I want to enable the VLAN on it. So enable configuration terminal. So by typing the command of spanning tree VLAN 1. So this command will enable the default 802.1d spanning tree. So this spanning tree is configured by default in modern switches and we don't need to enable it by ourselves, but still it's better to double check it. So if you want to show the status of your spanning tree VLANs, so just by typing do show spanning tree VLAN what, I just enabled it on VLAN 1. So just by typing this command, you can see the spanning tree is enabled on this port. So let's get into our second topic, which is actually how to configure our switch as the root switch. So in here, as you can see that in these two switches, if I type do show spanning tree VLAN 1, so in here, as you can see, this switch is not the root switch for VLAN 1, and this switch is elected as what? As the root switch. So if I want to make the switch true as what? As the root switch, so I will type this command in here. So spanning tree VLAN 1 priority, like we have in here. The lower the priority, as I told you in other lecture, the better it is. So if I want my switch 2 to make it as root, so I will just give it the priority of like 4096. The lower the priority, the better. So if I type the command do show spanning tree VLAN 1. So in here, as you can see, this bridge become what? The root switch. So in certain cases, if you want your end device to have faster convergence and you want it to get the port up faster. So for this problem, Cisco came up with an idea known as port first. So what is port first? Port first just give us the ability to instantly make a port forwarding state. So if you want to enable the port first on your switches, so here is how you can do it. So in here, as you can see that this is my end device, this VPC, and I want to the ETH01 to make it directly go into forwarding state. So if I want to do this, so just on switch 1, go to interface Ethernet 0 what? It was Ethernet 01. So just by typing command spanning tree port fast age, just by configuring this command, you will be able to put a port in what? In a port first mode. So in here, it will give you a warning. It will tell you that if you enable a port first on on an interface that is connected to what? A switch, a router, a firewall, and etc. The port will go into what? In error disable mode, and this is not good. So if I don't want my port to go into error disable mode, so I will configure what? BPT guard. So BPT guard gives us the ability to prevent our port from what? To getting into error disable mode. So here is how you can configure it. So I want to enable the BPT guard on it. So spanning tree BPT guard enable. So just by typing spanning tree BPT guard enable, you will be able to enable what? The BPT guard. So this is how you can enable the BPT guard on your interface. So guys, let's think that I want to enable the spanning tree port first on my old interface, and I just want, so just go to your privilege mode and your switches and type spanning tree port first age, and what? Well, after that, type the command default. So after configuring this command on your router, you will be able to configure all the ports as what? As your port first. So, and if you also want to enable the BPT guard on it, and just type the BPT guard default. So after configuring this command, you will be able to configure all ports as port first and enable BPT guard on all of them. So I just don't want it right now to enable it, so just let it go. So now let's talk about rapid spanning tree protocol. Rapid spanning tree protocol is much more faster than the default or the old version spanning tree 802.1d. It is much faster and it is much efficient. So if you want to configure it, here is how you can configure it. So let's come to our switches. So spanning tree mode, rapid parallel spanning tree. You will be able to configure what? Your switch as what? Rapid parallel spanning tree. So if you want to see the status of your spanning tree, rapid parallel spanning tree, just by commanding do show spanning tree, and you will be able to see what? Your rapid parallel spanning tree status. So from this you can see that this switch is configured as what? Rapid spanning tree, or we can see spanning tree, rapid spanning tree is enabled. So let's come to our multiple spanning tree protocol, and it is a better choice for larger networks, and it gives us the ability, as I told you before, to map different VLANs to different spanning trees. So here's how you can configure it. Command spanning tree mode MSTP, MST or MSTP, the same thing, and then spanning tree MST configuration, and you will go to what? Spanning tree MST configuration. So just by typing instance 1, VLAN 1 up to 5, so, or 6, just doesn't matter. So you will put 5 VLAN in one instance. So this gives you the ability that, so it will not individually send BPDUs to the switches. So guys, if you want to see the status of your spanning tree, so by just typing this command, you will be able to do what? To see your MSTs, like show and do show spanning tree MST1. So I want to see the MST1. So MST1 is what? VLAN mapped from 1 to 5, and this switch is what? As the root switch, and for MST1, and all the ports are in what? In forwarding state. So this is how you can see what the status of your MST. So if you want to select one of your switches, for like for instance 1, I want to what? To configure the switch 2 as what? As a root switch. So by just typing the command spanning tree and MST1, for MST1, it means that for instance 1, I want to what? Configure the priority as what? 4096. And here it's also the same, the lower the priority, the better it is. So just by configuring this command on the backup switch, so you can see that do show spanning tree MST1. So in here, as you can see, this switch become what? As the root switch. This is, guys, how you can configure your traditional spanning tree, rapid spanning tree, and multiple spanning tree. I showed you guys the step-by-step guide to configuring what? Your spanning tree. So thank you guys for watching. I hope this video was useful and is useful. Don't say was, say is. Don't forget to subscribe. Just first you have to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. And thank you guys for watching. So see you until next time. Bye bye.